Hey, what's up, YouTube? Jay here with a quick video, DVD, Blu Ray update. Got a good little stack here for everybody to check out of what I got for June so far. Let's just get right into it. Let's show the Blu Rays. First up being the Hurt Locker. I haven't seen it yet or anything like that. I mean, when it came out, I heard a lot of good things about it. I mean, I like Jeremy Renner as an actor, and been a fan of Catherine Bigelow films like Point Break and Near Dark and everything. So I decided to go ahead and just pick it up. Got it in Blu-ray. I haven't watched it yet, but plan on getting to it at some point. So there it is, Hurt Locker. Next up is the movie Beerfest. About that same guys, Broken Lizard, who did Super Troopers, and everything, where they're basically a bunch of drunks who enter a beer drinking contest. It's real funny. I love watching this movie. I mean, this and Super Troopers are probably my favorite two by the group and everything. So there it is, Beer Fest. And then last of the Blu-rays, but definitely not least, is True Grit, with of course Jeff Bridges as Rooster Cogburn, and Matt Damon, Josh Brolin, and standout for me, in my opinion, the young lady next to Jeff Bridges, Haley Steinfeld, who in my opinion stole the movie. And just a great movie. The Coen brothers did a really good job with it. I mean, I never watched the original or anything like that, but I saw this version and it's just a really good western. I mean, I'm a big fan of westerns. Anybody who watches my videos and see me talk about westerns, whatever, knows that I'm a big fan of them. So I definitely had to grab this when it came out. But for some reason, Jeff Bridges for me will always be known as the dude from The Big Lebowski. No matter what he does, he's always going to be known as the dude. Even though for some people, he's probably always going to be known as Flynn from the Tron movies. But for me, he's always going to be the dude, even though in this, he's the rooster. So that's that. Now, moving on to the DVDs. First up is another remake, which is kind of surprising. Just realized it. It's another remake I got. Anyway, movie being Flight of the Phoenix with Dennis Quaid, Tyrese, Giovanni Ribisi, Hugh Laurie, where a group of people supposed to be leaving on a plane. They're in the forgot exactly what desert they're supposed to be in. Let's see if it says it here. It doesn't say here, but I can't remember exactly what desert they're supposed to be in. But the plane crashes, and they basically have to build a new plane out of the wreckage of the old plane to get home safe. And it was a pretty good movie. I mean, I enjoy it for what it is. I mean, I never saw the original that had James Stewart in it, but I probably will at some point. So it is Flight of the Phoenix. Um, Next up is a kind of a thriller type, and that is Perfect Getaway. Still have not watched this movie, but I remember when it came out, just from the trailer, I kind of suspected already who the killer was, and basically I was right about who the killers was. So I guess the trailer made it very predictable for me because I'm into movies like that or whatever. But I went ahead and just bought it because I'm a fan of Timothy Olyphant, who is becoming one of the actors that I really like to watch. I pretty much watch anything with him, and I'm a big fan of his new TV series, Justified. And I just not too long ago got done watching the other series he was on, Deadwood, which I really enjoyed. And sad that it only went for 3 seasons and everything, but I'm planning on picking up all 3 seasons of those one day so I could probably do a update showing off that I got Deadwood. But it also has Millie Jovovich in it and Steve Zahn, and also it has early appearance of Chris Hemsworth, who a lot of people know now from Thor, but this is one of his earlier films as well. So there it is, Perfect Getaway. And then next up is another movie that I've seen once because I heard a lot of people on YouTube talking about it, and decided to watch it and kind of enjoyed it for what it was, but at the same time, I kind of didn't like it for what it was also, which that makes any sense, but whatever. The movie being The Birds, um, pretty good. Like I say, it is what it is basically. If you haven't seen it, it's, I guess one reason why I got it because it's kind of a western, but at the same time, it's almost like it's a horror film, so it's like a horror western. So two genres of films that I enjoy. So you put them together, of course I'm gonna get it right. So it is The Birds. And then next up is a movie that I've been trying to get for a while, and I finally got it to add to the series of the films that I'm still collecting, and that is Friday the 13th Part 2, which is the first appearance of Mr. Jason Voorhees in the potato sack. I mean, the only thing that bothers me about this movie is the ending. The ending is just, I don't know what the heck happened there, and I still don't understand the ending, but I say it's part two, so I'm being a completist. I'm gonna finish this collecting the series. So that's part two. And then next is another one. Friday the 13th Part 5. The New Beginning. And there it is. I mean, this movie gets a lot of flack, I know, because of the fact that well, it gets a lot of flack there and a lot of I mean, I've given this movie a lot of flack, but also at the same time, after watching it repeatedly, I have come to really, really enjoy this movie for what it is. I mean, no, Jason Voorhees is not the killer in it. So anybody who hasn't seen it before, sorry if I spoiled it for you, but Jason is not the killer in this one. But he wasn't the killer in the first movie either. So whatever. And I kind of understand where they were trying to go with the series, and because I mean the title is all in the title is a new beginning. So they were trying to start something new. You know, they were trying to. I mean, part four was the final chapter, which to me is still the best one of them all. But they wanted another one because that one made so much, well, made a lot of money, so they made another one. And also, for anybody who follows the Friday the 13th movies like I do, know that this was the first one too where the MPAA kind of started stepping in and chopping them up, you know, real bad. I mean, this one, so basically 5, 6, 7, and 8 were all hatchet to death by the MPAA. Why? I don't know, but they were. So that is Friday the 13th Part 5. And then next up, a couple of crime thriller type movies. And first one of the lot would be Takers, which is a very, very good movie in my opinion. Um, Matt Dillon is in it, Paul Walker is in it, Idris Elba, Jay Hernandez, Michael Ealy, T.I., Chris Brown, and Hayden Christensen. They all do good jobs in their roles and everything. And just it's a good crime, heist. I like good heist movies. And one thing I like about movies like this is where the criminals are smart criminals. Kind of like in Heat, the criminals are smart. I don't like crime movies where the criminals are kind of, well, I should say the cops are smarter than the criminals. I mean, especially if you're a master criminal and been doing what been really good at what you're doing, and then you get these cops who come in and just basically outsmart you and type of thing. That doesn't make sense to me. But I like when there's a battle of wits or whatever. But with this, it's almost like there's two separate storylines in this movie. I mean, you have the whole storyline of the cops trying to catch the criminals and the criminals, trying to stay away from the cops. But it seemed like there was two separate things going on where the cops really didn't. The cops was basically on the outside looking in. I mean, I'm definitely gonna do a review of this at a later date. Even though I haven't done a review in a while, but this is definitely a movie I'm gonna review because I want to talk more about it, but just don't feel like doing it right now. So there it is, Takers. And then next up is another movie, and it's one of my favorite actors to watch, and he's also turned to a very good director. And that movie is The Town, which stars Ben Affleck and is directed by Ben Affleck, and I think it is co-written by Ben Affleck as well. So, like I said, stars Ben Affleck, John Hamm, Jeremy Renner, Blake Lively. It's just now out of the two, I should say, in my opinion, The Town is a better overall film. Still got stuff on it. Still got a little rapping on it. Anyway, of the two, out of Takers and The Town, since they're both kind of similar in some ways, but The Town to me is a better overall movie and everything. But I just really enjoyed it, and I think this is one of Ben Affleck's best performances in a movie. I mean, I know Jeremy Renner was nominated for best supporting actor for this movie, but I think Ben Affleck should have been nominated for best actor. Also, he should have been nominated for best director too. I think. I mean, yes, he's done some bad movies, but I mean, a lot of if you've been around a long time, I've noticed everybody does a bad movie at some point. Okay, so even though he's done a few, and I'm not going to talk about Geely, but yeah, I said it. Geely is a very, very bad movie, but I like Jersey Girl though. Anyway, kind of getting off topic, but anyway, so yeah, there it is, The Town, and then last but definitely not least, also is a very underrated underground. Well, I don't even say it's rated. I mean, the only thing anyone has ever really knows about it. I found out about this movie kind of by accident, even though it's by one of my favorite directors, and that is the movie The Killer Elite, which stars James Caan and Robert Duvall. It's directed by Sam Peckinpah. Also, of course, he has one of his regulars who pops up in just about every movie he is also. And that's Bo Hopkins, I think, was in almost every Sam Peckinpah movie that came out in the 70s, except for what was it? Bring Me the Head of Alfredo Garcia, which I have, but it'd been funny if he would have popped up in that movie, because that movie was just crazy, crazy good though. But I think Bo Hopkins was in just about every 70s movie other than that. If not, correct me on that. But basically, so it, it's not his best movie, but it's not his worst either. So I mean, even though, and even one thing I know about this movie too, even though Robert Duvall is in the movie, he doesn't have a very, very big part in the movie, and his end in the movie is kind of like, where were they going here with this? But I mean, it's one of my favorite scenes in this movie is a car chase scene that you kind of like, what the heck kind of car chase is this? Because it's over the top and kind of funny, and plus this movie is a mix of, not only is it like about the this organization, this government organization that these guys work for, but then it's also like a martial arts film wrapped in it as well. Definitely gonna do a review on this one soon too, and give more of an in-depth talk about it. But there it is, Killer Elite, and those are my pickups so far in the month of June. I'll take a gander at those. All right. Okay. So I just want to say to everybody, thank you guys for watching and commenting on my videos and everything like that. Continue to support me, hopefully, and I'm gonna try to get more reviews out and different things. I'm also, like I always said before, I'm open to requests of anything that anybody would like for me to, watch or review or whatever. Just if you want my thoughts on certain things, just let me know in a comment or in a personal message. It doesn't really matter. Because I'm basically here to, give my opinions on things. And if you want to hear them, the door is always open, for me to do that for you guys. So, I say thanks for watching. Comment down below, rate, subscribe, let your friends know about me or whatever. But, yeah, that's just about it. So, talk to you guys in another video. Peace.